Welcome, intrepid listeners, to a Brain Fuel special. Tonight, we delve into the shadowy realm between sleep and wakefulness, a place where the lines blur and terror takes hold. We're exploring the chilling phenomenon of sleep paralysis, that moment when you wake up, unable to move, feeling a crushing weight on your chest, and a presence looming in the darkness. Sounds terrifying, right? Well, it is. But before you start stocking up on sage and calling a paranormal investigator, let's separate the science from the screams. Welcome back, my dear viewers. Sleep paralysis is a real physiological phenomenon, not a demonic visitation. During REM sleep, the stage of sleep associated with dreaming, the brain cleverly paralyzes your body to prevent you from acting out your dreams. Think of it as a built-in safety feature to keep you from punching your significant other or sleepwalking through a glass window. This paralysis usually lifts when you wake up. However, in sleep paralysis, the brain wakes up before the body does, leaving you stuck in a state of terrifying consciousness. You can find that in The Nightmare, The Psychology of the Frightening Dream by Ernest Hartman, 1998, provides a scientific explanation of sleep paralysis. Now, my dear viewers, here's where things get creepy. While you're paralyzed, your mind, especially the emotional centers, can remain wide awake. This can lead to hypnagogic hallucinations, vivid sensory experiences that feel real. Combine that with the inability to move or speak, and it's no wonder people report terrifying visions of shadowy figures, malevolent entities pressing down on them, or even feelings of suffocation. These hallucinations can be so realistic that they blur the line between dream and reality, fueling the belief in demonic visitations. You can find that in Sleep Paralysis, The Body Speaks in the Language of the Night by Christopher Martin, 2005, explores the link between sleep paralysis and hallucinations. The terror of sleep paralysis isn't a new phenomenon. Cultures around the world have documented experiences that mirror sleep paralysis for centuries. One particularly chilling example is the legend of the Old Hag, a malevolent spirit said to sit on the chests of sleepers, causing paralysis and nightmares. Descriptions of the Old Hag vary, but she's often portrayed as a grotesque crone who steals breath and feeds on fear. Sound familiar? This, according to The Old Hag Syndrome by Marie Cartwright, 1972, explores the historical and cultural interpretations of sleep paralysis. I reached out to some of brave individuals who I hope to be part of our family here in Brain Fuel who have experienced sleep paralysis. Here's what they told me. The first person, I woke up paralyzed, feeling a dark figure pinning me down. I tried to scream, but no sound came out. It was like something was draining the air from the room. When I finally managed to gasp for breath, the figure vanished. And the second person, I saw a shadowy figure with glowing red eyes at the foot of my bed. I couldn't move, and I felt a cold dread grip me. The only thing that helped was silently reciting a prayer in my head. The feeling lifted after what felt like an eternity. And the last person, he said it wasn't exactly a demon, but it was terrifying. I woke up paralyzed and heard this loud buzzing sound right next to my ear. I felt like something invisible was hovering above me. The weirdest part? When I finally moved, the buzzing stopped, and my pet cat was staring intently at the spot where the sound came from. These are just a few examples, and the experiences can vary greatly, but the common thread is the profound fear and sense of being under attack. And someone will ask me, and how to breaking free from the nightmare? I will tell you, my dear viewers, if you experience sleep paralysis, there are steps you can take to manage the terror and regain control. First, relax. Panicking will worsen the experience. Focus on your breathing and remind yourself it's temporary. Even though it feels like it might last forever, sleep paralysis typically only lasts for seconds or a couple of minutes. Second, try to move a small muscle, wiggle your toes, fingers, or try to move your eyes. Sometimes even slight movement can break the paralysis. Third, focus on a sound. If you can hear something, like a ringing in your ears or a distant siren, concentrate on that sound. Shifting your focus can help disrupt the hallucinations. Fourth, seek professional help if sleep paralysis is frequent or causing significant distress. Talk to your doctor. There are therapies and medications that can help reduce the frequency and intensity of episodes. Okay, now let's talk about what people thought about it, because the sleep paralysis isn't something new. Sleep paralysis isn't just a source of fear, it's also a fascinating cultural phenomenon. Across the globe, different cultures have interpreted this experience in unique ways. In some Southeast Asian cultures, sleep paralysis is attributed to a spirit called the Phi Pob, which steals breath and can even cause death. In Africa, it might be seen as a form of witchcraft or a malevolent spirit attacking the soul. Understanding these cultural interpretations can help us appreciate the universality of the human experience and the ways we try to make sense of the unexplained. And all this you can find in Sleep Paralysis Cultural Interpretations, edited by Michael J. Winkelman 2016, where he explores the cross-cultural understanding of sleep paralysis. Here's a thought experiment: could there be a positive side to sleep paralysis? Some researchers believe that near-death experiences (NDS) might be rooted in sleep paralysis. The feeling of being outside your body, intense emotions, and even a sense of encountering light could all be explained by the physiological changes that occur during sleep paralysis. While this is still a debated topic, it raises the question of whether sleep paralysis, despite its terrifying nature, could offer a glimpse into altered states of consciousness. So what do you think about that? Write me below in the description. Sleep paralysis hasn't escaped the notice of pop culture. From classic horror movies like A Nightmare on Elm Street to TV shows like Stranger Things, sleep paralysis has been used to create terrifying scenarios where characters are haunted by demons or trapped in nightmares. While these portrayals can be entertaining, it's important to remember that sleep paralysis is a real phenomenon, not a demonic possession. So, sleep paralysis is a scientific phenomenon that can feel like a demonic encounter. While the experience can be terrifying, understanding the science behind it can help demystify the fear. Remember, you're not alone. Millions of people experience sleep paralysis, and it's not a sign of weakness or a gateway to hell. Sweet dreams, everyone, and may your nights be paralysis-free. But if you do find yourself in that terrifying state, remember, it's temporary. Focus on calm breathing and try to move a small muscle. Knowledge is power, and by understanding the science behind sleep paralysis, you can take back control of the night. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis? Share your story in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going and help others who might be struggling with this phenomenon. We're also curious to hear your thoughts on the cultural interpretations or the potential benefits, if any, of sleep paralysis. Leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe and make a big like to the video. See you in the next episode.